one time, and then you can say it with me after. Let's start. The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Out came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and warmed up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Oh, are we ready? Let's go. Itsy bitsy spider, get him out. Here we go. Itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Out came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and warmed up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Good job. Oh, that was so good. Now, guess what? We are going to get ready to read our special book today. The name of our book is The Rabbit Listened. And you know, when you listen, you got to use your ears, don't you? So, and you got to listen really, really close. So, the book was written by Corey Dorfield. We have to remember that because every author is important. So, the name of our book, again, is The Rabbit Listened, and the little boy in our story is named Taylor. So, let's see what happens to Taylor. First of all, Taylor gets in the closet and gets a great big box of blocks out because he's ready to build something. So, the story starts one day. Taylor decided to build something. So he takes his blocks out and he says, let's see, what am I going to build? I'm going to build something new, and I'm going to build something very, very special. He's looking to see what he's going to do. Oh, and as I turn the page, something amazing. My goodness, he has lots of blocks. Look at that. It looks like a big castle with a king on top. And he was so proud of his castle. However, guess what? I don't know how this happened, but all these black birds came all at once and scared Taylor. And they just came from nowhere and they messed up all his castle. Look at that. What a mess. Oh, how do you think you would feel if you worked so hard and all your castle was knocked down? I don't think I'd be very happy. So let's see. Oh, and everything was on the floor. Look at his face. He's so sad. I think I'd be sad too. As we move on. So Taylor got into, he was just so disappointed. But pretty soon a friend came along, and that was a chicken. A chicken? What's the chicken going to do? I don't know. I think he wants to help Taylor. Let's see what he does. He says, cluck. Cluck, what a shame. I am so sorry this happened. And so the chicken says, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Cluck, cluck. But Taylor, he didn't want to talk. So the chicken left. Just left. Said goodbye. Goodbye, Taylor. So Taylor's just sitting, and pretty soon the next friend comes, and it's a bear. What was the bear's going to do? Oh my goodness. He says, grrr, roar, horrible. He says, it makes me feel so angry that all your blocks are down. He said, so I think we should shout about it. Let's say grrr and gore. And Taylor says, he says, I don't want to shout. So guess what? the bear left. And Taylor's just sitting there. Just doesn't want to shout about it. Doesn't want to talk about it. So pretty soon his next friend comes, and it's an elephant. And the elephant said, I know just what to do. Trump-da-dump-da-dump. I can fix that. We just need to remember where everything went. Can we do that, Taylor? Oh, but Taylor didn't want to remember. He just didn't want to remember. So the elephant left. Taylor's still sitting there, not wanting to do anything with his blocks. So pretty soon lots of friends came. The first one was the hyena, and he said, hee. He says, oh, let's just laugh about it. Taylor looks, I don't know. And then we have the ostrich, and the ostrich says, go. He says, let's hide and pretend nothing has happened. Taylor doesn't like that at all. And the kangaroo says, tusk, tusk, what a mess. Let's throw it all away. And the snake says, shh, let's go knock it somebody else's down and see how they feel. And Taylor just doesn't like that at all. But Taylor didn't want to do anything like that or to anybody. So all of the hyena and the ostrich and the snake, they all left. And Taylor was all alone again, sitting looking at all his messy blocks. So pretty soon, Taylor was sitting and he didn't see the rabbit. And the rabbit got closer and closer until Taylor could feel his warm body. And he thought, that's kind of different. So together they sat in silence until Taylor said, please stay with me. And the rabbit listened. And the rabbit listened as Taylor talked. He said, look what happened. All my blocks got knocked down. And Taylor shouted, look at the mess we have. And the rabbit listened. Didn't say a word, just listened. And the rabbit listened as Taylor tried to remember what happened, as he laughed. The rabbit listened to Taylor's plan to hide, and he threw everything back in the box to ruin things for somebody else. He didn't want to do that. Through it all, the rabbit never left, just sat there and listened, got really close to Taylor. And when the time was right, the rabbit listened to Taylor's plan to build again. Taylor's going to build again. And Taylor told the rabbit, I can't wait to build again. You've been such a good listener. And it's going to be amazing. And the rabbit just was so happy because now Taylor can build his castle again. But as I turned the page, the very end of this book tells us, it says, sometimes hugs say more than words. So remember to hug somebody, and that makes them really, really happy. And that's the end of our story. The rabbit listened. Hope you liked it. Now I have a little surprise. We have 9 copies of this book. And if you come by our library, you can have a copy of The Rabbit That Listened. Isn't that a beautiful book? I just love it. So that's the end of our story time. And I want to thank you for listening, and I want you to thank you for being here. And I want you to remember, we'll be here next Wednesday again, 11 o'clock, to start another story time. And remember to pick up a book. And remember that we also have some crafts and some kits for you to come by to the library. We're doing curbside service for any of your library needs. So I hope to see you soon. So with that, we're going to say goodbye, and we're going to do a little bit of a rhyme. So it goes like this. Can you all say goodbye? Goodbye. Can you say so long? So long. Can you say I love you? I love you. Can you say we'll meet again? We'll meet again. So I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you so much for joining us for story time today. Remember, Carnegie Public Library story time next Wednesday. I believe it's June the 10th, and we will have another great story and some rhymes and activities for you. Bye now. Take care.